year before, at least 1 year before, at least
and
from
now,
today.
now I think we've got Godfrey Pimenta
Yes,
back with
Bilkul.
us. And
He's a constant fighter. He's a constant fighter.
And Pradeep ji, the issue is a very serious one. This is not a issue that, very frankly, I think we should even be discussing. There should be no discussion on this because
the builder should be jailed actually.
He should be jailed.
He should be behind bars
for hurting the religious sentiments of people.
How can you just take a statue and move out?
Godfrey Saab, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar. How are you? Sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah. But we were having such an interesting conversation with the gentleman from the Congress. Sir, it's, I believe, a statue of Saint Francis Xavier has been removed. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, you are right.
Of Saint Francis Xavier? Of Saint Xavier?
Saint Francis Xavier.
How? I mean, how can anyone even think of doing that? Saint Francis Xavier's statue at Golibhar, right?
Yes.
तो ये जुर्रत किसने करी है सर?
नहीं, ये जुर्रत सर जो शिवालिक वेंचर्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड जो डेवलपर है SRA का, उन्होंने बाउंसर, they have employed some bouncers and some eunuchs were also engaged, and the locals were threatened not to enter the area. The entire area was cordoned off. Earlier they demolished all the what you call structures there, and only the chapel, which is constructed in the year 1966, was left untouched, thinking that that will create a law and order situation. First, let us wipe out all structures inhabited by the local residents. Sir, यहाँ पे जो सवाल है, the good question here is that how the authorities like state government, the slum rehabilitation authority.
So wait a minute, Godfrey, please. Let's take it out step by step. Let people understand this. I hope you don't mind. Advocate Godfrey Pimenta with us of the Watchdog Foundation. So what has happened? There was a statue of Saint Francis Xavier right outside the chapel. Now, where is that statue now? And how was it removed from there?
Sir, that entire area was cordoned off.
Yes.
And barricaded by tin sheets. The access to the chapel. Now, this is the holy season of Lent. We are observing Lent.
Yes. Where no meat, no drinks, no nothing. Yes, I know.
Abstinence is, one of the fasting.
Correct.
Various forms of abstinence. Now,
till Easter. Yes.
Till Easter. Sir, this chapel where this statue of Saint Francis Xavier was installed in the year 1966. Regular prayers were being offered by the locals, and mostly these locals are Goans, and now Saint Francis Xavier is called Goin Sosa, meaning they call him lovingly that by that name, Goin Sosa, meaning he is called by that name as the pet name. He is revered as one of the most revered saint as far as the Goan community is concerned. There may be other members of the Catholic community and Christians settled there, but certainly they had so much feeling that today, when we were agitating in front of the VAKOLA police station, the ladies were not willing to give up, despite we clarifying the position that we have presented the documents to the local senior inspector of the police. Because yesterday, when the ladies went to the police station to lodge a complaint, the VAKOLA police station just shooed the ladies away without even giving a patient listening. It is only after today when we decided that yesterday night 10:30, we decided that come what may, we will march to the VAKOLA police station, demanding to know as to why the statue was taken and why no FIR has been lodged till now. The police had no explanation. When we presented the papers, we have obtained the information under the Right to Information Act, which says that SRA itself has stated that without the NOC, now this entire area, sir, survey number 13 and 14 at Bolivar belongs to Defense of India. There is a nearby Air Force station.
Yes.
And this Air Force station has been consistently objecting now from last several years, not allowing any kind of slum rehabilitation scheme happening there at the site. There is a letter from the chief executive officer of the SRA saying that the SRA scheme cannot be implemented on survey number 13 belonging to the defense ministry. There is also a letter from the Ministry of Defense saying that no construction should be allowed. One letter was also addressed by the estate officer of the Defense Department to Shivalik Ventures that this is the property of the defense and you should not carry out any construction. So despite all this, and lastly sir, the defense, the Ministry of Defense has already filed a suit in Bombay High Court. The matter is sub judice. In all these circumstances, how could Shivalik Ventures enter the property and carry out the statue? It amounts to illegal trespass.
But has the statue been replaced, Godfrey Pimenta, Advocate Godfrey Pimenta?
We have been informed that the statue was taken by the bouncers employed by the Shivalik Venture developer and has been kept in godown. Now this is nothing but hurting the religious sentiments of the Christian community and calls for immediate arrest of the developer and his henchmen.
Yeah, they have to be arrested, but the police has not yet recovered the statues. That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir. They have not been saying that we are investigating the matter. When we presented the documents to the senior inspector this morning, showing that these are the documents to show that the builder has no right to enter the property. Leave that alone, sir. Recently, Anil Parab, the member of Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction, raised this issue just 4 days back in the State Assembly, saying that this project is caught in the slugfest between the state government, SRA, and the central government. Some solution has to be found. The Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis then replies to this question in the State Assembly and also informs the State Assembly that there was the video conferencing on this particular issue of development of defense land with the Prime Minister himself. And the formula put forward during this video conference was 50% of the land the Defense Department will allow the SRA to exploit, and the balance 50% land has to be vacated and handed over back to the Defense Ministry. Not only that, whatever 50% is allowed for rehabilitation of the slum dwellers, equivalent land has to be provided by the state government. And there has been no solution to this. Only a video conference was being held by the Prime Minister, but no conclusions can be arrived, and therefore there was a status quo. In this scenario, when the matter is receiving attention at the highest level of the Prime Minister, how could a developer enter the property, take away the statue, keep it in a godown, and yet the police are doing nothing?
No, that is absolutely ridiculous.
This is a case of blasphemy.
Yes, Godfrey Pimenta, because we know, Mr. Bajaj and Bajaj Savar, we have been following this Shivalik story, a lot of complaints coming from that area, and the defense land itself is into such a lot of litigation. As you said, the defense minister also probably right from the time when Manor Parrikar was there, now Rajnath Singh. So everybody, it is not an easy thing. There was not allowing development there, and there was a lot of animosity between people, the builder, the residents, a lot of things happening. And now suddenly out of the blue, where no development is taking place, nothing has been arrived, as you say, no consensus has been arrived at the topest level, highest level, you find the builder taking away the statue. The builder has taken over the statue, and the local police, the VAKOLA police station, they can't find out where the statue is. It's taking such a lot of time to come and replace the statue. That's ridiculous, because in the morning when the protest of the entire Bombay Catholic Sabha and everybody, all the religious associations associated with you, You had a protest there. The way the police reacted, we thought they have replaced the statue. But now you're saying the statue has not been replaced. The police can't find the statue. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Godfrey Pimenta.
Sir, this is nothing but the complicity of the authorities cannot be ruled out totally. Because yesterday, when the local people, led by a number of ladies, went to the police station, they were simply shooed away. Today, when the police saw that I, as an advocate, led by hundreds of people were there, they gave us a patient hearing. They started calling the defense, state officer and other authorities and started, we will look into the matter. At the same time, they said that you maintain a status quo.
Has an FIR been filed? Advocate Godfrey Pimenta, has an FIR been filed?
Sir, not a single, not even the statement has been recorded, leave alone the FIR, sir, not a simple statement, because when a cognizable offence is committed under section 154, every police officer, the first duty is to record the statement and then investigate the matter. Nothing of that sort has happened. We today handed over a memorandum, we have given a deadline that if this matter is not taken to the logical conclusion, we are there for a bigger Maha-protest, and that will be running into few thousand people, and we'll decide the course of action in 3-4 days time.
This is unheard of. Advocate Godfrey Pimenta, this is absolutely unheard of. Taking away a religious statue. It's a religious statue. I am reasonably certain women over there must be also worshipping at that statue. They must be going in. It is something which has a lot of religious significance. It is a statue of Saint Francis Xavier. Has a lot of sentimental value for all East Indians, for all Goan Christians, and in fact for all Christians from all over India. How could anyone even think of doing such a thing? This is something which I find unbelievable, that something like this could happen in Mumbai. मुंबई में ऐसी चीज हो जाए, किसी की धार्मिक चीज को कोई उठा करके, एक धार्मिक पुतला है वहां पे, उसको उठा करके आप गोडाउन में रख रहे हैं और मालूम भी नहीं किस कंडीशन में
और पुलिस को मालूम नहीं है गोडाउन में है. Police is investigating.
प्रदीप जी, we don't know whether the statue is still in the same pristine condition or not.
I blame the state government led by the Devendra Fadnavis, who is not only the deputy chief minister but also the home minister. How can a builder have the audacity to enter this premises? There has been no fear of law. We are leading to the law of jungle, sir. This has become a banana republic. Might has become a right. You throw away money and you feel that you can buy anybody and everybody. But we will take this fight to the logical conclusions and we will teach this developer a lesson of his life.
लेकिन Godfrey साहब, please explain. Not explain. Sorry, that's not the correct word. Please do tell us. What are the sentiments within the Christian community? ईसाई समुदाय में मुंबई में आज की तारीख में क्या भावनाएं हैं? इसके बारे में थोड़ा बताएं. सर, पूरी बात सुन रहे हैं. सेंट पीटर्स चर्च सेमेट्री, उसके बाद इरला, उसके बाद कुर्ला, और अब ये. What is going on? Why are Christians under attack from everywhere? ईसाइयों के ऊपर, जो सबसे शांति प्रिय समुदाय है मुंबई का, जिन्होंने आज तक कभी किसी को किसी भी तरीके से ना डैमेज किया है, ना, Christians have never been involved in any riot, by the way, in the entire history of, right from the time when Mumbai was Bombay up till today when it is Mumbai. Why this attack on the Christian community? What's going on? Godfrey sir.
Sir, this is the saddest part, that after 75 years of independence,
Yes.
we the Christians of Mumbai were never threatened to the extent what is happening today.
Yes.
In a few months, all the state authorities, including the developers, have taken the law into their own hands and started harassing the community. Never before this has happened. And this is not only in Mumbai. Now it has spread to the other parts of the states also. Like in Daman, the entire, the church is being acquired for expansion of a football stadium. Now, where are we? 400-year-old church in Daman is being acquired for extension of football stadium. Where are we heading, sir? What kind of, even now the Gulf countries and other countries are allowing opening of churches, etc., etc. Which was like a taboo earlier. But now these societies are opening up. Here we are being a tolerant Hindu community, nation. This has never been the any kind of with the common man, a common Hindu person. But today, the instrumentalities of the state are running the private agenda of the some of the political parties and trying to disturb the harmony of the various communities and the religious places of worship in this country, which is very disturbing factor. Instead of channelizing your energy for development of the nation, if its people become strong, the nation becomes strong. Why are we indulging this kind of this thing? And particularly the Christians are peace-loving community amongst all the communities. If somebody slaps you on the left cheek, they will put their right cheek. That is the kind of we behave, and we always believe in the forgiveness. And this is the season of Lent. We are praying. We continuing today also when the protest was being held outside VAKOLA police station. People were silently praying, singing hymns, and saying that इनको कोई सद्बुद्धि देवे कि ये मतलब क्या हो रहा है इस country.
I mean, this is terrible.
This is
This is
ridiculous.
absolutely terrible. It can't
And
be
a
borne.
statue is missing, and an FIR has not been filed. It has been more than 2 days. When was the statue missing, Godfrey Pimenta, advocate?
Since yesterday morning, sir.
Since yesterday morning. 2 days have passed, and the Mumbai police has not filed an FIR. Now this is ridiculous. How can, and in spite
Just
of a
one
protest-
day after Holi.
Exactly.
One day after Holi, they come along and pick up the statue of Saint Francis Xavier and hide it away somewhere. Now, Advocate Godfrey Pimenta, when do you expect the statue to be reinstalled in its original place?
Sir, as of now, immediately, that is our demand. We have been demanding.
Right.
And if there is no resolution of this issue, we will take appropriate decisions to fight for our rights. What is the Constitution provides you the fundamental rights under Article 21, right to religion under Article 25 of the Constitution. Why are these constitutional rights being breached with impunity by the so-called developers? Because unless and until there is no blessing of the higher officials or the concerned ministers, the developers dare not touch any of the place of worship. Just few days ago, there was a Buddha Vihar of the Buddhist community measuring 3,000 square feet demolition Mahakali, sir.
In
So
Mahakal.
Yes.
today, whether it is a Christian community or it is a Buddhist community, there is no fear of law. There is no fear of law for the developers. इनकी सबकी मनमानी चल रही है. There is something called religious sentiments attached. If there was some other community, I think that the consequence would have been different.
You actually, they need to have a dialogue. They need to come and approach, the builders need to come and approach the community. They have to come and address to the concerns.
But Pradeep ji, the builders have no jurisdiction there.
They don't have.
Let's
They
be
don't.
very clear.
Bilkul.
Ministry of Defence has ruled you cannot build
You
here.
cannot.
and the case is in court. It's sub judice.
Exactly. Yes.
So how were the builders allowed? And how can the VAKOLA police station request people to maintain status quo? The status quo has been destroyed by Shivalik Ventures.
Exactly.
Not by the residents.
So forget the Christian community for a moment. I am saying this is the Ministry of Defence land
Yes.
who has given saying that we have not given you this thing. The
We-
builder is trying to take the might of the nation.
Yes.
Who is supposed to guard the sovereignty of this nation is under stake. The security of this nation is under stake. Today, one developer has taken this chance with the Ministry of Defence. Tomorrow, you may have other developers and other people emboldened by these actions. It is a serious issue. It is not the issue of the Christian community. It is issue of the what you call the security of this nation.
The most saddest part being that an FIR has not been filed from the past 2 days. That speaks in volumes that, as you said, is it not an organized, systematic, cool and deliberate act that has taken place?
So what is the plan, Godfrey? What is the plan now? What are we going to do now?
The concerned organization like Bombay Catholic Sabha, the Bombay East Indian Association, Watchdog Foundation, and many other supporting organizations will be calling shortly a meeting, put our heads together, and come with some kind of a strategy to deal with this kind of matters, because we need to put end to this kind of matters which are happening day in, day out, and the community is being harassed to no end.
Yes.
This has to stop somewhere.
No, but he's defying the defense ministry. Pradeep ji,
He is defying.
Shivalik Ventures is defying the Ministry of Defense.
It's much more than that, because
And
what I
he's
see,
defying, and he's
what I
defying
see,
the. Sir,
in normal circumstances, as we are discussing, a FIR had to be filed as on yesterday.
He's defying the Bombay High Court. There is a case pending in the Bombay High Court. The matter is sub judice, and the guy goes in, picks up a statue, and demolishes a couple of rooms, etc., which were around the chapel, and the police says nothing. They're not doing anything.
Sir, if the ministry goes to the Bombay High Court, Ministry of Defense,
Yes.
it is a serious issue, because unless and until there is a issue of the security of India, the ministry will not go simply sit to the High Court for protecting its properties. So there is a serious issue. The seriousness of this issue has been totally discarded by police authorities.
Yes.
When impressed upon the senior inspector of the VAKOLA police station that why don't you call the concerned official of the defense ministry, keep us away, we are private people organization, we are concerned only with that chapel. But here is a larger property. They hold about 42 acres of land, defense land, which is sought to be grabbed by the developer. Now 42 acres of defense land is worth thousands and thousands crore. How can somebody snatch the property of the government of India in such a manner, in a brazen manner?
So what did the senior inspector say?
The matter is pending in the Bombay High Court.
तो सीनियर इंस्पेक्टर साहब ने क्या कहा सर?
सर हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन, अरे आप इन्वेस्टिगेशन क्या करेंगे, पहला उसको अरेस्ट करो. I said prima facie the documents which I have shown in page by page. He was so impressed, sir. बोलते आपने मतलब इतना सिस्टमेटिकली हमको समझाया, अभी हमको मामला समझ में आ गया है.
अच्छा, इसके पहले समझ में नहीं आया. How wonderful.
I was told that even the DCP was aware of the entire thing since yesterday.
Yes.
Deputy Commissioner of Police, Zone 8, I think.
Sir,
But this is terrible. Pradeep ji, this is absolutely terrible.
This is not the first time when the developer is involved and the police has taken action. You name a single instance when the police have taken action against a developer by indulging and taking law into hand. The cases will be an exception. Today there is an unholy nexus. I am putting out on record between the developer and all the government agencies.
Well, we are with you, Godfrey. We are totally with you. We are totally with the community, and we'll always be there for you in every way possible. And we must say this very, very clearly: the Christian community has been the pride of Mumbai. मुंबई बहुत गर्वान्वित है अपने ईसाई समुदाय के ऊपर, याद रख लीजिएगा. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, सबसे ज़्यादा शांति प्रिय समुदाय है. नंबर 3, जब आप किसी के भी धार्मिक स्थल के ऊपर इस प्रकार आप धावा बोलते हैं, उनकी कोई धार्मिक चीज़ उठा करके, यहाँ पर सेंट फ्रांसिस जेवियर का पुतला उठा करके आप ले जाते हैं और कहाँ उसको पटक देते हैं किसी को मालूम नहीं है. आप बहुत बड़ा पाप कर रहे हैं, याद रख लीजिएगा. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, और जैसा गॉडफ्री साहब ने समझाया, धार्मिक चीज अलग है. यहां पर तो कानूनन आप नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि ये लैंड जो है, जमीन जो है, ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस की है. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस हाई कोर्ट में गया है और वहां पे सीधे साधे तौर पे उन्होंने शिवालिक वेंचर्स को, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र को, सबको कह रखा है कि यहां पर कोई चीज बनेगी नहीं साहब, हमारी परमिशन के बगैर यहां पर कुछ चीज बनेगी नहीं. और जब तक बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर नहीं आता, The fact remains, status quo has to be maintained. आपने आकर के स्टेटस को तोड़ा है और अब क्या वकोला पुलिस स्टेशन कह रहा है स्टेटस को मेंटेन कीजिए. That means the new status quo. Somebody violates the status quo, you are therefore helping Shivalik Ventures by asking the community not to do anything.
And not to worship also, not to enter that area. This is a brazen display of misuse and abuse of powers.
This is absolutely awful. This is awful. This cannot be borne. You can't do this. This chapel was built in 1966.
Yes.
It's on defense land. And only the Ministry of Defense can object. They can send a letter across to the Christian community and they can say कि भाई ये chapel हमारी ज़मीन पर है, इसको ज़रा हटा लीजिए बाइज़्ज़त. That's what they can say.
We would have taken the statue, kept elsewhere.
Yes.
There we would have followed. But this is not the way.
But this is not the way. You can't do this.
The law in the hand and
You
then
can't do this. You can't do this.
statue elsewhere.
But in any event, Godfrey, keep up the good fight. We're very proud of what you're doing. The whole city of Mumbai, the whole country is very proud of what you're doing. We are always with you. Thank you so much for joining us on
Thank you,
Nation
brother.
Now. Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar. That is terrible. What is happening to the Christian community over here is terrible. It's as if the Christians are under attack from everywhere. एक चीज याद रखें साहब, किसी भी समुदाय को, वो जितना भी शांतिप्रिय समुदाय हो, उसके ऊपर अगर आप इस तरीके से अगर आप धावा बोलते रहेंगे, आक्रमण करते रहेंगे, एक ना एक दिन तो वो लोग भी प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे.
The most important and the serious thing that concerns our mind is this is a cool-blooded, organized kind of way of functioning. As you said, 3 or 4 incidences where
जी क्योंकि
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट के लिए आप कुछ कब्जा कर रहे हो, बिल्डर डेवलपमेंट के लिए कर रहे हो, SRA डेवलपमेंट के लिए आप कुछ कब्जा कर रहे हो, रीडेवलप. So this things have to, you need to have a consensus how you're going to do particular thing. You need to sit around with the community.
चर्चेस के पास जमीन बहुत है. वो जमीन सारे बिल्डर्स की आंखों में है कि किस प्रकार जो भी अब ईसाइयों के पास कुछ बचा कुचा जो भी है वो किसी भी तरीके से एक्वायर कर लिया जाए. That's what they are trying to do right now, and this is terrible. ये हिंदुस्तान है. This is the 21st century India, and I am really and truly disturbed that something like this happened here in India on March 8, 2023 in Golibhar in Mumbai. The statue of Saint Francis Xavier was removed. Godfrey says it's been kept in a basement. I hope it's been kept in a basement, and I hope it's not been damaged. And I hope to God the police actually acts, and by tomorrow they actually reinstall the statue in its original place. That's it. That's all we've got for you in tonight's show on Nation Now. Nation Now में आज सिर्फ इतना ही. प्रदीप जी और मेरी तरफ से आप सब लोगों को एक बार फिर नमस्कार. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी. वंदे मातरम.
Vande Mataram.